agree with my point of view. But some of them are very negative. Again, like I said, I've had some people comment that they'll be glad when this planet is gone, and I try to ignore that. I have to ignore it because negativity just tears me apart when I'm trying to do something positive. So I just try to, concentrate on seeing a great future, projecting science and technology into the future, and believing that you can have a future if you're willing to work for your dream and fight for your future.
In your future, describe the government to me, as you see it.
The government is a mixed economy. Capitalism, businesses and industries are very welcome. They're given the freedom to produce. But the idea that a business would ever pollute is something that just doesn't happen. Children have been taught that through technology and science, they can create industry and manufacturing that doesn't pollute. Mm-hmm. And that's what they've created. And it's pretty much a free government, but it is mixed. There is some help for education.
Do you think we're at the point of no return when it comes to the environment of this planet?
No, I do not. I believe there can be some great things to turn it around, green technology. And the key to selling green technology, I believe, that I point out in my videos, is if you can sell somebody something that's green, that's going to help the environment, but also saves the user money, that it benefits the user, then you can sell it. And that's the key to selling green concepts.
In your future, are we going to be depending on fossil fuel as we do today?
No. I believe that there will be thorium reactors that will create a lot of energy. I believe there'll be cars that can create water into electricity directly by turning it into hydrogen. I believe it will. I believe fossil fuels will eventually run out and become so expensive that they have to be replaced with other things.
Why do you think in today's society, with all the experts we have, all the scientists that we have, that, if we're able to put a robot on Mars, how come we're not able to find alternative fuel to number one, save the economy, and number two, save the planet?
Well, a lot of it has to do with getting people used to the idea. Right now, batteries in electric cars are so expensive that it makes it difficult to sell them. But I was reading an article the other day about a business that is creating batteries that are half the price of the batteries they use now, and they even last longer. And I believe that development in that field will lead to cleaner energy.
Wow, we can only hope. Energy. But when we watch the television series that depict the damage that is happening in our polar regions, for example, where the ice flows are depleting, that even the polar bears aren't able to survive. And there's new species of animals and new mammals that are going up to this area that are not indigenous to it. What do we do about this? What do we do about this never-ending change?
I don't think there's anything you can do about it. To some degree, the change is going to happen, and animals are going to adjust. And all you can do is just sort of work with it. I really don't know what you can do about it. I mean, seriously, animals will adjust to the environment that they're in, and that's what is happening. The environment is changing, and the animals are adjusting to that environment. And humans are going to have to adjust as well. If more isn't done about climate change, humans may find themselves having to stay indoors more. They may have to find themselves living in malls, living in apartments in malls where the air is filtered and cool. I mean, it doesn't look too good.
In your world of the future, as you see it, Randy, what about the military? What part do they play in the future?
Well, in my video blog, The Year 3045, I've envisioned the military as using tools to deal with warring nations. If a country tries to start war, it's quarantined by the military. Their electricity is shut off, their water is shut off, all modern conveniences are shut off, and they're sent back into the 14th century as far as technology is concerned. And if that doesn't calm them down, then the military uses robots. Human personnel aren't sent in unless it's needed to bring people out who want to leave. And they don't play games with these countries. They quarantine them and shut them down, and they don't play games with them.
And is education in your future does education play a major role in the success of the continuance of this planet?
Yes, education. We need more engineers and technicians now, and education plays a major role. Without education, if you have a factory and you go into a town where no one knows how to operate the machinery, without education to teach people how to do it, what are you going to do? If people can't use math skills, how can they work in your factories? How can they come up with new concepts? People have to be educated.
Do you think that very lack of education, as you just described it, in this day and age is holding us back from a technological progression?
I do believe that a lack of education is interfering with the natural progression of technology and science. I do believe that if we had more funding into education, I believe the world would be a better place.
How about religion? Where does religion sit in the future, in your future, as you see it?
In the future, there will be many, many different religions. The Abrahamic type religions will still exist. But I believe you're going to see many philosophies and combinations of religion and philosophies. I foresee a religion that I refer to as universalism, where it is believed God is the universe and the universe is God, and the attributes given to God are actually attributes to the universe, and that the way to understand God is through reason and logic.
How about agriculture? We're going to need more food. There's going to be more people.
But I believe you're going to see farming actually in space around us. I believe there's going to be places where they grow crops and use space elevators to ship them down. And you could actually be eating carrots that are grown in orbit around the Earth.
Wow. You know, that makes a lot of sense. And so does solar energy. You know, like, we've got the technology. Why don't we use it? We're just discovering.
The price is coming down. The price of panels is coming down. It's becoming cheaper to create solar energy, and I believe it's going to be a boom for green energy.
Do you think that there are those companies out there, like the major hydroelectric companies and the Fords and the GMs and the gas companies, that are actually holding in the reins of progress so they can fill their pockets?
No, I believe there's a lot of fear about the future, a fear about new ideas. And they test the market to see. If what they have to offer will sell. Duke Power is big here where I live, and they actually have built a solar energy field north of us, and they're actually developing solar energy as a supplement to coal.
That makes sense. Now, in the future, as you see it, what about medical attention, the medical profession? How is that going to change?
I believe you're going to see more technology like nanobots that are used to go into the body to do repairs. I believe you're going to see cloning. I believe cloning is going to exist. believe that cloning will be not only legal but socially acceptable. It's not only for reproduction but to extend your life. And I believe you're going to see new technology like clothing you can wear that monitors your body while you're wearing it. I think it's going to be very expansive.
So the future isn't doom and gloom. It's actually a very bright future.
I think it's a wonderful future, but the key is to work to make it real, and the key is to work to make your dreams reality. Just set it on your butt, and dreaming does no good. You have to make an effort.
Yes.
You have to sweat a little bit.
Yep.
The universe rewards effort.
My definition of a dream, when people ask me the difference between a dream and reality, it's very simple. It's doing it. The dream is the idea. The sweat, the labor, the belief, the work that goes into the dream is the reality.
Yes.
You know,
that is the reality.
It's a very simple formula, and yet so many people just don't get it.
Well, it's just easier to sit on your butt and complain. You know, oh, this is terrible. But if you have a dream, why not work to make it reality? There was a woman who said that anyone who fights for the future lives today. And I think people should work and fight for their futures to turn them into reality.
Couldn't agree with you more. I just couldn't agree with you more. Are you a Civil War buff?
Well, the Ballad of Dred Scott deals with the Civil War, the cause of the Civil War. My book.
Yeah. And do you have an interest in President Lincoln and what he stood for and where he sat during the entire Civil War scenario?
While I wrote the book, I had to research it for a year, and I'm very happy with Lincoln as he grew.
Yes.
His first attitude was you had to free the slaves and send them somewhere else. And then for people interacting with him, he changed and said, yes, you have to free them. And I'm very happy with what he did. I don't think he did it all by himself. He had help. But yes, I think that's a very interesting point in history, the Lincoln years.
All right, stand by, Randy. You and I have to take our final break for this hour. Exonation Randy Hoyle is my guest. Great chat with Randy. I love his world of the future, and I agree with him that the only difference between a dream and reality is just doing it. Get off your butts. Be proactive. Just don't be an armchair quarterback or an armchair politician. You can make a difference, but oh my goodness, what's this? It's going to take work and effort? What's this world coming to? We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away. With each new extreme weather event or terrorist act, it becomes increasingly obvious that we live in uncertain and challenging times. We all buy car insurance. Why not collapse and catastrophe insurance? Matthew Stein, an MIT-trained engineer and green builder, has written 2 outstanding books to help people prepare, plan for, and deal with everything from minor situations lasting a few days to full-on collapse. Matt's first book, When Technology Fails, is a manual for self-reliance, sustainable living, and surviving the long emergency. This massive book covers the gamut from first aid and emergency preparedness to alternative healing, renewable energy, primitive living skills, and 18th century technologies that could be critical to your comfort and survival in a long-lasting crisis. Matt's second book, When Disaster Strikes, is a comprehensive emergency preparedness handbook and survival guide. When Disaster Strikes is an essential item for every family's go bag. Both books are available at all usual sources. There's a wealth of totally free information posted at whentechfails.com, and author-signed copies may be purchased at mattstein.com. That's www.whentechfails.com and www.mattstein.com.